She's never going to change for you.
Anyways, my dad, my mom, divorced.
They pass around chicks. Why? Because they're making legit money. You make illegitimate money, they can't hold on to it. You can't get a legit woman. You can't hold on to her. At some point, she can't handle your illegitimate life. You fucking up her money. And the whole has a real business, not your fucking.
judge your blackness. What are you doing to black society?
If you got a good dick, you can keep a woman.
That's how we judge it, not just by you being
if she met a rich man with average dick, good dick will win. If you got great dick, a bitch you be living in a cardboard box.
they're talking about she's Indian.
You know, these virgin ass niggas talk about they can't run something. It's just hard ways. Go ahead.
First of all, when you say good dick, let me explain something to you. Good dick means good mouth too.
Like I am pro-black.
Cause see, some of you niggas act like, first of all, some motherfuckers out there think you got good dick because you. First of all, you gotta have good dick sober. See, some of you motherfuckers are high and drunk. You don't have good dick. You got high dick, you got drunk dick, you got bad dick, you got down dick, you got all kinds of other dick. But you ain't got good sober. You gotta keep them this right, okay? You gotta have good sober, good. You know, 3:30 on a Sunday, like 8 people got in church, and you just ate fried catfish, macaroni and cheese. Watch, you see the bird again. You gotta have that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because all of a sudden, it's like, you gotta have that. Some of y'all because you took seven shots of Hennessy, you smashed. Nigga, that's your drunk mind talking. But can you do that show, man? I think. Rich girlfriends live out there. Oh, then you like, what? You like, what? What? What you think they like?
No.
Huh?
That might be something because it's a lot of motherfuckers that's how you see it. Listen, I can't tell you honest. I mean, you know, you're bored. Nobody cares. I can do some things, you know, to my cats. But I know that it's motherfuckers out there that's probably doing all kind of crazy ass shit that I ain't doing. Some of these niggas, yeah, you there's a lot of niggas out here that's probably knocking shit out of the what you ain't got no shit. But you don't set no standards for yourself. You can't check the bitch. You can't do any of that shit. And if you do all of that, and at the end of the day, good dick is not gonna let them know how to respect you. There's pimps out there. Listen to what I'm about to say. The women have bitches out there selling pussy. Make a bitch go out there and get bad. Give up $100,000 sometimes for you. That's called good mind game. Alright? That's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when you have a good thing, you're not making them go out there and build some pussy and bring home off. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. Like, you can have all of that. But the thing about it is, a woman is a mental mind game, man. And you, it's some motherfuckers, man, I've heard, I ain't got too much game. This motherfucker that got so much mouthpiece. I done heard the motherfuckers make a woman have an orgasm without even touching her.
The issue is
Shit like that. That's like Holy Ghost like shit. Like, fuck that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
So for the women, that's his excuse now.
I mean, you can say that you can. I just disagree with that shit. I mean, that might. I mean, you know, a motherfucker, because I'm an ugly nigga, right? Shout out to my. I have be fucked with some of the chicks that I wasn't even supposed to have, and I be joking about tricking and all that shit. And that's motherfuckers that got more money than me. I ain't got that much money. But again, it's that. All right, I got this mouthpiece, and I'm boom, 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 boom. I'm here. No we not doing this. No, I'm not accepting this bitch. Get the fuck on. And it's like, ooh. Then, if I touch your kneecap, of course you go, oh my God, you know what I mean? Because I'm here. What it means is you gotta get it on what? Yeah, before you get it on what?
No, y'all hear this. This is job ass. Right. This is job ass fault. Right.
You said race, right?
You end up with race with her.
So I know you're getting head from a transsexual in the car, right? I'm just saying. Like you said, right? I said it's big on ass around. I like this look. Here's the thing.
They understand what we need.
You see what they fuck up their good life.
They see right, but you don't believe.
They don't fuck up their good life. Basically, why we have the life she's all what did she fuck up her life for?
also get further out.
And she fuck up her life. She don't fuck up her life. She fuck up her life for dick. I'm just saying.
I also know that they got it before. There's something about him. make them feel bad. Most niggas though. If a woman is fucking an average dude and she wants to fuck him, she doesn't know that he has the dick. It's something about him that he can get her into bad situations. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some dudes that probably some women that this dude is very attractive, this dude is very handsome, this dude is whatever. Okay, we understand that those situations happen. But for the majority of situations that women, when they decide to have sex, so let's say the guy has good dick, a guy can't come up to a woman and be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, what up, bitch? You know who I am? Who are you? I'm Mr. Good Dick. And my dick is the best. Oh, really? I mean, it's not like a cheeseburger. You go over there and you go to your favorite restaurant. Seafood. Okay, with seafood. With seafood, it's like when bitches go to a seafood restaurant and like, oh, can I order the Mr. Good Dick on the number 8? Like, everybody's like, no, that's not how it works. If a woman is gonna try Mr. Good Dick, typically she's already fucking somebody else. So that means you need to get her time, and if she's attractive, you have to beat the incumbent. It's like a starting job for a quarterback in spring training. You gotta beat somebody out to get the time. Okay? Or single other niggas out. That's how typically happens. So time out AS and our stories. I don't give a fuck who's live. You know my jacket. I'm gonna put your podcast out here. Get him out of here. Yo, stupid motherfucker. Get your ass nigga.
Nigga, Boomion don't need no more game.
After looking at somebody's record,
That's what I'm saying. Boomion, bitch. He been fucking girls sideways.
Yeah. He also was a you know, star athlete and everything. Like I said, for certain situations, yeah, I mean, proper guy, yeah, okay, that happens, right? Because especially he's an alpha male kind of guy in certain situations. I'm not denying that.
Your game can make leadership. You can be selected by what you know. But if you got dick, after that, they speak your motherfucking chicken squad. We will get game to a degree. Telling me all this night. And then they say you look stupid. But unfortunately, when they tell their friends about the state, they are motherfucking commercials and advertising for them.
But it won't keep out of all. That's the thing, like, it might just win, but it won't keep it.
I don't know. It's not gonna
It ain't gonna keep it like you fuck a woman drains out. They can't keep a woman though. I don't know why niggas think that. That's what I'm thinking right now. That's what niggas is thinking about. If I go get this big part down the street, it's gonna totally keep. No. It's not, because you still gonna be a punk ass nigga. And you know anyway, I'm ugly. So I'm gonna take it from you. I'm gonna take it from you. It could. Well, there's a lot of punk ass niggas. You know what? Didn't teach me a song to get my bitch back. Don't say 5 years with Russell Wilson. Heartbroken, going slap around. I'm just saying. I mean, didn't he just lose? I mean, I'm just saying. But are we saying that that's the thing? Like, a lot of times we think one is choosing God because situation, intangibles that was weighed on the table. And it could have been, okay, this person was more likely to be with me and I could become this person or something like that. Like, it's other things, like, I think when niggas think that we think that we were just niggas, that's how we see it. But really, I think that we have some kind of fucked up calculated system as to why they do things. While we think it's one dimensional, I think there were a lot of different variables that make sense. What do we think that makes us not? And it just don't come down against that. It can be other, because the way that we look at the situation, we look at as men, we look at situations, we look at it from a different standpoint. Women look at shit from a whole different fucked up standpoint that they're looking at.
All I'm saying he can do it all. Sweat, hit, hitch and go, post, corner, fade. You know, god damn. He just ran him up. Hand up. You know, who played I'm ready to say. It's 2 inches. Hey, that's what it comes right to the chase. You know, if you think of Randy Moss, you don't think of running the whole route. You think it is. Give me that shit. That's what that is. That's all I'm saying. Like, a good game is right in front. I got good dick. Give me credit. Bitch, I'm right here. That's it. I ain't got shit. Let's get out the way. Right here. One of them. You know, MVP. That's all I'm saying. The reason I say it, you know what happens with guys? One, they have bones. She can treat you right. She can rub your back. She can rub your pinky toe. But if that is what if a bitch give you that 5 pussy and she got it, let me tell you, you might find it. What's the greatest line of all night? He left the fuck with me. Fuck me. So it's the same thing. We get irrational. You know, I think, you know, game ways of sometimes you can wean yourself off a game. With good dick, or good order, you can't necessarily wean yourself off. That's why people be slicing time. They'll be slicing time going to people's houses and earning the clothes from the game. I ain't know that. I'm gonna bleach your clothes, nigga. That ain't game. What happened? He went all these. His shit was coming out of his mouth. I'm women going out, selling their booty, and doing whatever you are.
get to the location of a bride's mind, and you see something that you consider to be successful, I can see why he would make a statement like that, even though it's not accurate, it's contrary to the truth. I like LAR, but that's a bullshit. You know what I mean? And I felt with LAR, even though it's some bullshit, that was because he keep all the way on. If it was about him, then pretty much those attempts at the big game wouldn't even have a hope. If it was about us, if it was about this thing, if it was about this shit, then the majority of the attempts that's in the big game wouldn't even have a hope. And that's just bullshit. It's only a certain selective few that bitches will come together on one accord and say, okay, this one, he was blessed in this, he was blessed in this, he was blessed in this area, and blessed in that area. But the truth of the matter is, there's been a lot of individuals that try to obtain and maintain basically that's a good thing. And I've seen guys basically try to pimp from the hip instead of basically pimp from the mind and get that behind the game each and every time. You know what I'm saying? Just because of basically low, just because she said I love you, I never leave you, or she stayed with that particular person. If she stayed with them 9 out of 10, there's something more going on within the bedroom, because just like my big brother, the mother says, it's 24 hours within the day. And even with the help of Viagra, ain't no man fucking 24 hours. So after you finish busting your nut, or you have her bust her nut, or whatever y'all did in the bedroom, what are you doing for the rest of the hours within the day? So when the dick basically is not hard anymore, when the dick, you know, they go down, the pimping is still up. When the dick, yes, that we go weak, the pimping is still going strong. Game is still going strong. And it was just my dick, and if that was all that I had, I wouldn't be able to do things that I have done, or things that I was by training in my mind, in my YouTube mind, you know, you don't have it. It's like, but just keep that thing 100. Future guy, talking to a woman that he met on social media. Him and this woman, they go on a safari, and they're experiencing each other's lives, and it begins to be so beautiful that she begins to fantasize with this man each and every day. You know, she's now comfortable telling herself, with her family, everything. And this man has a residence within this woman's mind. And the woman, she's in another country. This man is over here. And he's able to direct her, lead her, follow her, teach her how to be a person to not only himself, but to her family. Certain things with take care of, and I think his knowledge on his day. But this guy's out there doing searches with some low gas niggas. Nobody has a big reach from the States to another country. Right? So, in order for this to transpire, and especially over a 2-year period, I can't agree with you, and it takes me so far. It ain't going to take you way further than it did.
Like mercenaries.
So let's just be real. So if certain people, you use the word gay, they're like, oh man, I don't want to gay with all people. That's a con artist. That's a bad nigga. They have a negative definition of what gay even is. So the moment you say you got gay, the guy will be like, I ain't got to do this gay. You know, I got money. I don't gay. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, we speak a slur language now. I get it.
I'm just
she's not. I have excellent credit. I can teach her how to build credit. I can teach her how to get off the sofa at her motherfucking mama's house. I can empower her. So even though I don't have the street urban knowledge, I have information that brings enlightenment and development to the woman. This is still game. It might not be urban society game, but this is still game.
so ain't dumb and too dumb to recognize that.
Whether they dumb or not to recognize that, they still have game. They're just calling it something else. They have knowledge. They have information or education. And they can use that information basically to sit up there and present a presentation as if they're about to better that woman's life. And if that woman believes in that dream, whether it's true or not, whether he has a sincere heart desire to fulfill it or not, dreams are being bought every day, whether the individual is authentic or not. So, I believe that fantasy is more powerful than pussy and dick. Because I tell a bitch every time, you don't have to sit up there and go out there. The objective is not so much to sell pussy, it's to sell fantasy. Because the thing of the matter is, once that moment is done within that pussy, that's done. But guess what, motherfucker? That fantasy gonna rewind, fast forward, and play throughout that motherfucker's mind each and every day. So if we really want to seduce and reduce him for everything that he got, we need to sit up there and sell fantasy. We need to sit up there, you understand me, and manipulate. We got to come up with something greater than just a physical climax, because that lasts like that. But if we could come with some game, oh, then motherfucker, I rule you. I own you. You're mine. A woman doesn't have to open up her legs to force a man or encourage a man, compel him to open up his bank account. That's what these bitches is not knowing. You don't got to open your mouth to suck a dick to make this trick go up in there and go sit up there and break his motherfucking self. It's just a fantasy of actually being with you. Like, wow, she talked to me today. She called me and asked me. You know what I mean? She called me and asked me how my day was. Like, wow. You know what I mean? I know tricks. Tricks are more bitchy than bitches. So, you know what I mean? When game is applied, now what I'm not going to do, because you're just doing it wrong. The truth is this: good dick is a blessing. See, you just teaching wrong. Good dick is a blessing, okay? When game is applied. We're not going to act like good dick is not a blessing, because it done been motherfucking times where, you know what I mean, I turned the spirit of discouragement into encouragement simply because I was coming with good dick and game. See, because a pimp with good dick, he gonna have something to say before he get in the pussy. He gonna have something to say while he's in the pussy. And unlike most of you niggas, A pimp gonna have something to say after you get out of the pussy. Because you niggas, after you sit up there and get out the pussy, you ready to roll over, you ready for the bitch to get the fuck on, you ready to sit up there and turn over and some more shit. The pimp's not playing for some pussy. So while I was in the pussy, I was ministering to the pussy. I was creating an email address with the pussy. I was getting a 4G signal with the pussy. I was getting unlimited texting with the pussy. And then when I got out of the pussy, I created a covenant with the pussy. An eternal relationship with the pussy. Bank accounts out of the pussy. That's the difference. Game, listen, a woman can only sell pussy for only so long, but she can sell game for the rest of her life. A man's dick can stay up for only so long, but the game can keep a man up for all the days of his life. Knowledge and wisdom is eternal. Even after we die, if we basically can create a legacy where it was known that we empowered and we enlightened other individuals, even after we die, because of the movement that we created through knowledge and wisdom, we are still here. So don't tell me that game only take you so far, because nigga, after I die, I'm still gonna be up in this motherfucker teaching motherfuckers because of the internet. Simple people have to be forever. This game is eternal. The dick lasts a moment. The game gonna bring a movement up. That's the difference.
I get it, but I'm just saying, there's more fiends out here than dealers.
But see, like I said, I like that. He be coming with examples. Like I would have tested him on that Jerry Rice shit, just like I'm gonna test him on this bullshit in Jesse. Now, when he brought up the Jerry Rice shit, the problem with that is,
What did he say about Jerry Rice?
he said, remember what he said? He said, he did a comparison between Jerry Rice and Randy Moss. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now watch this. Jerry Rice is fulfilling the game. Okay? He's fulfilling the game. He's catching the game and running towards the destination of success with the game that he was given. Okay? Who is that? A hoe. All right? So Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, in this game, they hoes. Okay? So, you know what I mean? If you got some good game to sit up there, because as great as Jerry Rice was, look who he was receiving the game from. Look at the strategies that was drawn up before they sit up there and went to the playing field. This was some good game. And as great as athletic as Jerry Rice was, and with the ability that he had, he still wouldn't have been able to have the stats that he, would have had if that ball wasn't thrown correctly, if them strategies wasn't drawn correctly. So Jerry Rice is Jerry Rice, and Randy Moss is Randy Moss because of the understanding the game that was thrown to them, the game that was strategized, motherfucker, to sit up there and give to them, and they caught the game like some motherfucking good hoes.
We talking about Bill Walker, Joe Montana.
For sure. Yeah, man, that whole Ezekiel Elliott, he ran the ball right, he ran the touchdown for a penalty, you know what I mean? Because he had me doing NFL reviews, man. That's crazy.
Because as great as Jerry Rice was, as great as Michael Irvin, was, Randy Moss, all of these guys, man, they were just great. But can they produce greatness without the game? We see that Bo Jackson had some of the best physicality that the world has ever even seen. But would he been impactful without the strategies? Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan, dunking from the free throw line. We had never seen a guy with this much hang time. This nigga was creating mansions in the sky. That's like he was working on houses in the sky. But as great as Mike was physically, it took Phil Jackson mentally for us to have those 6 championships. It was the game. Yes, physical played a part, but it was the mental that did it. We wouldn't have been able to sit up there and see Mike as the man if we didn't have a game plan. It's the game, baby. You know what I mean? So the whole world is an ATM machine, and the PIN number is GAME. It's still game. We need knowledge. We need wisdom. So we can have the physique. That's cool. That's what's up. That's a necessity as well. But the reason why the Bulls was the Bulls, the reason why the 49ers was the 49ers, is because of game. Not just the physical. It was more because of the game. It's the game.
You twisted my game up just now, but I got it. Because you know what I meant. Because if you got skills, your skills make you great forever. But there's certain people who may have a skill set that can cheat the game. And that's what Randy Moss was, the skill set that can cheat the game. You know, coach didn't, guess what? No coach had to drew up a play for Randy to go long. Randy, you gonna go long. Randy, you going long. You know what? 4th and 1, you going long. 4th and 22, you're going long. It's 99 yards, you're going long.
Yeah, let me say this real quick. Elliot, you gotta admit though, okay? So when Randy Moss came into the league, there was Robert Smith, who was a hell of a running back. There was Jake Reed. There was Chris Carter. There was, you know what I mean, to a certain degree. Well, not Brett. But what was the other guy? Not Randall Cunningham, but the other motherfucker that was it
Brad Johnson.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, while that is true, okay, let's not act like Randy Moss was like playing on the Buccaneers. No, they was in a good offensive system, and they had like
System.
Chris Carter. You had
Pay attention, y'all. Look at the words that O'Shea said. System.
Come on, man. Like, he was getting a lot of, who you gonna double cover? I don't get me wrong. And you gonna double cover Chris Carter? You gonna let Jay Reed go? If you do, you gonna get Robert Smith, you gonna be getting for 1,600 rushing yards? I get what you're saying, but come on, man. They had a lot of mismanagers, and that was a good-ass team that he was on, too, when he was playing that. Now, he did do good, too, later on, but like the first 2 or 3 years, I don't think he was doing like that the rest of his career. When he went to New England, come on, man, with Brady.
Well, let me just ask you this, Shay.
Yeah.
No matter how, okay, let's say that I'm the greatest in the game physically, okay? And because he said, that you could cheat the game. Watch this. There's certain rules and regulations in the game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And when you do things contrary to the rules and regulations, what happens within the game? Whether basketball or football, what happens? If the ball goes out of bounds, or you do anything technical, or you foul, or anything like that, you end up losing possession. So, in the game, baby, no matter how I can have Sean Kemp ability, LeBron James physicality, I can have all of this going on. But if I don't obey the rules of the game, I'm going to lose possession of the ball. So in the street, when I don't obey the rules of the game, I'm going to end up losing the bench no matter how great my physicality is, nigga. Hold on. Matter of fact, I wish I had a towel right here. Y'all don't hear me.
I need to maximize this antagonism so we can get to this shit. Last time I checked, you could cheat nowadays and still bring home the chicken. Last time I checked. Motherfuckers is cheating left and right. PEDs you can win with PEDs. Matter of fact, since you want to talk about games,
see, you're making yourself look bad. Go ahead. I'm about to tear you up.
PEDs are
Wrap this shit up.
but one of the greatest game givers you would consider would be Bill Belichick. And what is he known for? Nigga, cheating. You can cheat the game, even giving the game.
Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. How do you cheat?
Why you gonna ask me a Bill Clinton question?
This is, see, like I said, Both of these guys are smarter than me. Everybody in the comment section is smarter than me. I just have common sense that's not common. You just proved my point. You gave confirmation to the information that I've given. In order to even cheat, you still have to have game.
You have to know the game to be able to cheat the game, right?
You got, even to cheat, like for example, let's say, if I even paid somebody behind closed doors, or I took some money or whatever, or let's say if I fouled something, if you went up for a rebound and I smacked you while somebody, look, I'm doing Detroit Pistons 80 style on your motherfucking ass. even with all of this that you're saying, even within cheating, there's still some game that has to be applied in order for that to work. People can say the Pistons was cheaters, but guess what? It was still game that had to be applied in order for them to be successful for 2 fucking years doing that. It's still game that even applied even in negativity. So even whether it's positivity or negativity, game is still a necessity. You still have not eradicated the irrefutable fact that we are in need of game. Now, if my dick falls off, guess what? I'm still going to be able to ball without my dick and ball simply because I still got the knowledge and wisdom on how to ball. If you take away everything that I'm presiding over, if I wake up, they say, man, they done seized everything in your accounts, they done put every bitch in jail, you don't have nothing. Guess what? The reason why I'm not fearful is because I still have the game. And as long as I have the information, I can bring restoration to my situation at any motherfucking time simply because I got some information that's uncommon. And when we around a bunch of common men and women, so I'm going to succeed in anything and everything that I do with or without my dick. My dick is a blessing. It's an additional. It's an accessory, but it's not a necessity for me to get into a continuity of maintaining my currency out this bitch pussy simply because of my mentality, the game. It's not the dick. You put too much. You said what? What you say, sir?
I mean, Ryan, words are Ryan.
I understand.
He's putting too much importance on something that is temporarily instead of putting the importance on your individuality, your mentality. You're doing way too much with this dick. And I expect more because you're too educated to say this savory foolishness. You know what? You're smarter than that, bro. You're smarter than that.
Just because you are uncommon motherfucker, I know it's a bunch of common motherfuckers around here, okay? We all Walmart niggas, you a Gucci nigga, okay? I'm talking because it's a bunch of Walmart niggas around here, okay? You don't want to acknowledge it. You benefiting off of Walmart niggas. You know how Walmart niggas think.
I used to work at Walmart.
Okay.
I got game. I got a lot of game from Walmart.
You know
game will be nice from Walmart.
You know this rollback theory, goddammit.
Yeah, it's some good legal pimping going on at Walmart. It's even game to be learned at Walmart.
On my channel. It's
Okay.
I know we're supposed to we can do a part 2 tomorrow on this. This is good because I agree with usually 99% of the time I agree with LAR. I cannot agree with them on this one.
Hey.
I gotta go with Simple P on this one. I gotta go with
this is why it's great.
Yeah, typically we do agree on damn near everything, but this one, I don't. What do the calls tomorrow? All the Simple, you got time tomorrow?
Yeah, bro. I told you right now. I'm like Bun B when Pimp C was locked up. Right now, while the big channel ain't going, I'm trying to get that little channel on fire. I'm accepting every collaboration and everything like that, man. You know what I mean? I'm on fire, nigga. Even after this, I'm about to be going on live. I'm about to work like a Bay Area rapper, man.
Let me do this real quick, man. Hold on, before I go in, because my brother was, really everybody was like trying to get Simple on to replace Donovan. He's like, But
ain't nobody replace Donovan.
No, yeah, I get that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's almost like saying Dennis Edwards replaced David Ruffin. David Ruffin was never replaced. We just put somebody in the stead. But you can't replace David Ruffin. Right.
But hold on a second. Somebody, listen, everybody go to Simple to P hold on a second. Shout out to the C with that. So that's my brother, Franz Pierre, element I never debate, pimps, preachers, and women in broad daylight it is. It's gonna be kind of hard to beat him on these kind of topics like this, man. I stay away from them too. But I gotta give LAR, man.
And I don't know why y'all say, and let me say this. I don't know why you guys keep saying, what's that little dude name that you be having on here? The little dude that got scared when I was on here, when I was talking to him, you know what I mean, like a white girl that had seen the pimp for the very first time. What's the guy with the glasses, the political dude? That everybody continues to be smart. Yeah, that little dude. I don't know why y'all talking about when we gonna see a debate with that. That little guy don't want to debate me, man. Listen, a lot of them guys seem smart to you guys because they speak about things that you're unfamiliar with, and they use words that you're unfamiliar with, so they're able to create this illusion like their mind is just in a heavily outer space place, but it's not. I'm gonna bring their ass right down here. Yes, every time. I'm not out of the galaxy, nigga. I'm the common sense that's not common, nigga. And that's always gonna work. After all the reading and the studying, that's beautiful. But they're not gonna dance around this game. You can't Muhammad Ali around this game. I'm going to corner you. Once I corner you, I'm going to give you body shots. You're going to lose the debate. I'm telling you.
I like to see that. I like to see that. I like to see it.
They go for him. Hold on. They go for him. They go for Brother Polite. Who else is another nigga that y'all just think that's just out of this world that I think is just so regular? Because I've been around so many pimps and preachers and ministers and people within the conscious community and stuff. This is just this shit that you guys see on YouTube. That's common in Hyde Park and places in the south side of Chicago. They're little people. You know what I mean? But because this, these guys, ain't common where you guys was raised at, you like, oh my God, Brother Polite. Oh my God, Anthony Brian Logan. I just see these guys as tricks. I was like, okay, trick number one, trick number
Hey, guess who showed up, right? Information man. You talking shit about Anthony Brown Logan. Information man all of a sudden show up. That's right, get it, Sam. Get it.
What you mean? What about Dr. Boyce Walk? Dr. Boyce Watkins has a lot of good business. See, that's what I meant. That's what I was telling LAR. Even though Boyce don't know what I know, I don't know what Boyce knows concerning business. He has game pertaining to business. Dr. Umar Johnson, he has game specializing in special education with children. He has game that I don't have. You know what I mean? All of us have knowledge that each and other of us have. This is still game. You got to learn how to utilize the game that you already have for you to gain. Let me say this before we leave. Some of y'all been in the comment section too long. With the knowledge that you have, you should have created your own YouTube channel, created your own platform by now. You're so busy in the stands looking at other people like this. If you knew how beautiful your mind is, you'd come from out the motherfucking stands and stop being a fan and get your ass out here on the basketball court and use your mind to play the game. And you'd be like, once you get on the court, you'd be like, damn, these guys ain't even as cold as I thought they were. I'm colder than all of these motherfuckers. But you will never know till you get on the floor. You can't get on the floor and you're in the stand gazing, like the scripture say. Why are you standing here gazing? You niggas just standing here gazing at everybody. Like, man, I wish I could be funny like O'Shea. I want to make everybody laugh like O'Shea. I want to be able to sing Amazing Thirst like O'Shea. I want to be able to do that. I want to be a nice guy with all my teeth and the ladies like LAR move. I want to be in shape like Freeze. You can't give self-love and be your number one fan because you so busy being the number one fan to everybody else. You know what I mean? Get your ass out the comment section and do something. Get your ass off the internet and get into the damn streets. You know what I mean? Do something. And to you brides, they be like, oh my God, Sister, you're so smart. Okay, well, if you know I'm so smart, then you need to go to the bank and take my motherfucking account number and do something.
What you say? action until it's a transaction.
Because even when you make a contribution on YouTube, they taking 30% of the money. See, when you send it to the bank account, baby, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get all of that.
I know that's right. Yeah. I can't call it. Man, I used to say, man, what you say, ain't no action until it's a transaction.
Ain't no action to, if she not having a reunion at Western Union, if she ain't sitting over there taking a bankroll to Wells Fargo, then you know what I mean, ain't no action till it's a transaction. She just talking. It don't count until I count.
Right.
It don't count until I count. Nothing that this bitch talking about count until I motherfucking count.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
I'm gonna say something real quick and I just want to let Simple know something. He already know West Side is the best side. That's why I'm gonna antagonize you.
That's why I like fucking with y'all.
Yeah, it's good to have my man. You know, y'all. I mean, you know, me and LAR and stuff. I talk to them, you know, individually, and I'm so mad because I got this new thirst box. And Simple was supposed to be on there, and this nigga did some of the most horrendous shit of all time. Let me tell the story, man. Such to man, because you know, usually, like, I never featured nobody on the thirst box, like a person's voice before. I mean, I put people's characters, but I never featured I did all the voices and shit. So Simple was supposed to be like this guest pastor. From like 175th Street Baptist Church or something like that. Something crazy like that, you know what I mean? The nigga recorded me like 5 clips, and one of them was hella funny. It was called Give in Jesus' name. I still remember shit right now. The nigga, I had Dima. The nigga added me from this fucking page called Leroy Strokes. He's a nigga, dog. I'm gonna send it.
Leroy Strokes.
Yeah, this nigga, he's gonna be a nigga named Leroy Strokes. Make sure that, so he posts, but it wasn't no friends on it, so he posts all these videos on the page. And I guess he wanted to make sure there wasn't nobody there because he all these creepy voices and somebody in the house might think you crazy. So he gave me all these clips. All of it was classic. And right before Dima could download it, he went and deleted all.
That's because I thought that O'Shea had already recorded everything and didn't need it no more, so I deleted it. But see, watch this. Now we got to go back to game. It was deleted, but the game wasn't deleted. So I'm able to do that again and even better. Why? Because I still got the game.
I'm waiting on that game. Episode 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 is waiting on you.
Alright, cool.
Give me that game because, you know,
somebody said Wells Fargo to P. Let me say this. Shout out to Information Man too. Information Man. But O'Shea got one of the best comment sections on YouTube as far as women is concerned, because I be going to a lot of y'all comment section on y'all shit, and everybody be looking a damn fool. You know what I mean? And then let me say this before we go. Yeah, it's cool to have subscribers and everything like that, but some of these people got over 100,000 subscribers and be talking for 2 hours and only collected $20 during the whole motherfucking 2 hours. You know what I mean? It's not about how many views you get. You know, it's about how much support that you get. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that's getting views, but the support is not there. And one thing I can say about people like O'Shea, you know what I mean, Andre Taylor, you know, my brother from another mother, support. They get the support. So their subscribers is not like everybody else, but the people that watch them, they support them as if they already 200,000 deep. So, you know what I mean? You want the support, man. You know what I mean? And some people like, who's Sam talking about? I already know, like, who he talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about. People be knowing who over 100,000, close to 100,000, and you've been sitting over there coming back and forth to the live, and only one that's donating is their grandmama. You know what I mean? Their mama and shit every now and then. Like, ain't nothing going on. But every time I come to O'Shea, the ladies is donating. You know what I mean? O'Shea be calling himself ugly. O'Shea be running game.
he knows that calling himself ugly will make women be like, oh, Shay, you ain't ugly, O'Shea, you know you look good. No, you know I'm ugly as hell, girl. No, O'Shea, you know you fine as hell, O'Shea. I used to date somebody that looked like you. My third baby daddy looked just like you, O'Shea.
I know that's right. You know, yeah. Yeah, man. Let me shout the people out. Also, O'Shea White Show, about some excellent content. I've learned so much from you, Jess. Thank you. Fransky, I told this chick simple. If he was my cousin, long story short, date set for this Saturday, and I won't let him. Oh, that's right. Shout out to information, man. Oh my God, Marcus Love with the builder, Mr. Import. So much from my wife. Listen, man, I got some really good friends, man. I might get Simple to Peter lead off on a rumble, man, on Sunday. That'd be crazy, but
what is the subject?
Man, whatever you talking about, you know.
That you can cheat the game.
See, because O'Shea won't let me be me. See, on O'Shea Simple can't be unlimited. See, because if I could lead off, the video would be called "Fuck All You Niggas," and I would let O'Shea bring everybody that he think that's smart, and I would start off by telling every motherfucker that why they stupid, why they dumb, why they lame. You know what I mean? Why they got all the views and subscribers, but no views or no bitches subscribing to their dick in the outside world. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna come through with. And I guarantee you know what I mean? It'll take a while to get the notifications out because of profanity, but after a while, I think like, damn, I'm seeing it there going on. Okay, shout out to my nigga Droney.
Droney, man, shout out to Droney. I know, thanks, but that's one of the you and the free support. Y'all,
Droney supports the game, man. You know what I mean? Like anytime he always support. I always said that, you know, I think Droney, I think he working at White Castles too, because he always, you know, come with 100 or he come with a 50. You know what I mean? You can't really, you know, work a legitimate, you know, yeah. You know, and be
Tony Davis too.
Droney one of the top employees at White Castle.
Right.
Shut up.
Shit, check out my music. Man, fuck your music, man. Why don't you make a song for the third spot, nigga? If it's good out. That's how you know niggas in YouTube chats. Please check out my mixtape. Nah, man, let me see what we can shoot about. Somebody got hold on to.
She's something about you, girl.
He going, check out my music, baby.
Hard intro video. Little double dribble intro ass. Yeah, that Nickelodeon video game music. Nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? Get your ass off my goddamn chat room. You no talent fuck. Who's the one more hour? One more hour? O'Shea? Whoever did it. D-Money? Hold on. You ain't putting no money in, nigga. Shut your motherfucking ass up. Go to the wall.
Tell the truth from Troy to put that on.
You ain't put that on. Shut your motherfucking ass up. What you say, y'all?
Tell the truth from Troy to put that on one more time. Get that one-on-one consult, ladies, with Simple
Pete. That one-on-one consult, man. You know what I mean? It's something you need to get that consult. I got a word.
Let me just say that, Shay. That website, if they want consultation, they can come to www.sinfulthep.net and hit the consultation button. Or, you know, if you would just like to, you know, be a blessing to the game, you could also make a donation outside of, you know, consultation, and you can make a contribution that way as well. The website is set up for you to be a blessing. You know what I mean? By all means, you don't break yourself. I mean, you know, be a blessing. Hold on. Why don't you just give? Come on. Give in Jesus' name. Give. Come on. Give it in Jesus' name. Why don't you just break yourself and give?
You see that shit all through my house. Birds Box up based off of the commercial. So the commercial was the first thing that leads off to everything else. So if I had that, the other parts is easy. You know what I mean? I can always I'm always fucking up some 90s song at the end anyway, so that's easy. But the first part is the hardest part. So he gave me like 5 good commercials, the intros. So
Turk sat up there and deleted that, talking about seeing over there and be wearing Easter outfits. That's not. I don't know. I didn't take that the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because when I be saying people, I don't agree with the Easter shit. But people do be clean as a motherfucker, you know what I mean, on Easter. So, you know, and I am resurrected in his baby mama's mind. So I didn't have a problem with that at all, you know. Shout out to my nigga Turf, though. Turf and I don't have another mod. Turf and my nigga Tony, them niggas is they death row security in the 90s for me.
But yeah.
As long as I got Turf, as long as I got Tony, honestly, like I love everybody else, you know what I mean? But Turf and Tony, they gonna kill everybody. They gonna snipe everybody on the roof. Anything that's said wrong, them niggas is gonna sit up there and make sure you get back in pocket.
I done had to time Turf out for times too many niggas out.
Turf, if you even think the wrong thought, if you even think of something in your mind, right, Turf gonna get you together.
Really timing niggas out, but Turf, he the worst one out of all the moderators, and then he be killing everybody. Him and Marcus Love, them motherfuckers be killing anybody. Hi, chat. Time out.
Right.
Look,
Right.
Y'all say he on pace now.
Somebody can come in and be like, "Sin, I think your time ugly as hell," and they immediately, it won't even last a second. It just, that shit.
Yeah, that nigga Turf, man. And then you know, cause we kind of, I think True from Troy. Was he moderating for you? I think, cause okay, he was moderating for you.
Yeah, Troy. These a lot of them pick Troy. Troy be over there. Of course, Tony, Turf. Hold on. Yeah, see, these are information, man.
Yeah. True from Troy, was you moderating over here first, or you moderating first? I know Tony and Turf was on your channel first. For sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But see, we're gonna have to come more over here because see, O'Shea be having all of the women though. You know what I mean? O'Shea think he be slick. O'Shea be sitting over there slinging like he be singing and be having these bitches laughing and shit like, oh my God, O'Shea, you're so stupid, O'Shea. Oh my God, O'Shea, you just bending me all over and shit. Damn, O'Shea, like. Damn, at first I went from subscribing to your channel, and now I'm just, bagging that thing up. You know what I mean? God is good. For real, y'all know O'Shea the funniest motherfucker on here. Y'all know that.
Entertainment is motherfucker.
Funny motherfucker, because you got, you got some body bag bros. Both of you niggas is funny though. And so
No, I keep it low key. I ain't trying to. That's y'all, man.
Yeah,
See, it's different in this bitch.
It's different type of funny though. Like if you notice, like Steve Harvey is funny when it comes to a show, but I don't want to see him do stand up. Okay, I don't want to see him do no stand up. See, like O'Shea. I love what he's doing, but O'Shea actually could have did that. He missed his call. O'Shea could have did stand up. Me, I don't know stand up, but as far as roasting though, when it comes to roasting, yes. You know what I mean? Yes. I don't want to say certain classics that I got, but certain YouTubers know. They know not to play with me.
That's how you get your black YouTube belts and stripes when you roast them all. There's a few motherfuckers on black YouTube that'll roast you like that or fuck you. Tariq, you, Tommy.
Ooh, let me say this. I finally saw, and as you know, a lot of my followers, they know I don't agree with a lot of things that Tyreek said. But one thing I can't deny is that Tyreek is an entrepreneur, and he can be funny at times. And when he roasted Cynthia G, if y'all haven't seen that, and when he talked about Cynthia G's ass, yes, that was funny.
I told you.
Yes, that was out the ass. That was out the ass funny. Shouts out to it's time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to you know what I mean. You got his little song. Yeah.
I'm one of them niggas. Don't sleep. I got some classes out there too, but you and I would say the niggas that's right there, that's like right now, the top three is you, Tommy, and Tariq.
No, see, O'Shea has a video where he brought this dude on.
Oh, that's me.
Oh my God. Oh God. That wasn't right. It wasn't right. And you know that shit wasn't right, man. That shit wasn't right, bro. And I was doing cardio at the time. I'm in Scottsdale, walking up and down the street, and white people are just, you know, because Scottsdale is just full of nothing but white people, and they just sit up there and just look, and they like, why is he busting out in the streets like that? I was like, man, this nigga is a fool. Why is he talking to this man like this? He's like, he just talking to this nigga. He was talking to that guy like a bitch that has been out there for 2-3 days and they make no money. Like, that's the best way to describe it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, I got about that, but...
Yeah, Jack is funny. Jack is funny.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Shit going, man. You know what I mean? And, Jack, you never know what you gonna get with that motherfucker, man.
Yeah, Jack is funny. I can agree with that.
Oh, shit. I mean, we call it. I told you to stop doing all this shit, nigga. Stick to the content. But I'm a watch it, though. Oh, man. All right. I gotta go. But we can do it tomorrow, man. Shout out to Simple coming on tonight. Guys, subscribe to Simple the P live channel. I got it right there. Yeah, Mike Woodgrain, he could do this.
See,
what's the nigga name? LA. The one called LA. Yeah, them niggas, they be going, see.
Monty's the one that be wearing them goddamn muscle suits, right?
Yeah, and you know, the thing with Monty is he tries too hard. And if his volume was loud enough, I would have been roasted. It's just that he's so little. I don't even know why I don't even know why, you know, Hassan, you know, acknowledged him. But, you know what I mean? He's just little. He's just so little. It's like, why even acknowledge him? He has a few funny videos. The one that he even did on me was, I laughed. It was funny. Even against me. I laughed. I'm like, okay, this is cool. But when I started looking at the rest of your content, and that's what a lot of these YouTubers don't understand, shit get boring after a while. And you start ending up like, I don't even want to say that other dude's name, the nigga that called the feds on his son. You end up like that guy, where you constantly bringing a guy's name up. If I do 1,000 videos on LAR Move, do you understand how my viewers is going to be like, look, man, it's funny at first, but you making us think you want to choose up with LAR Movement, man. Like, goddamn, over 1,000 videos, nobody should be on your mind like that. You know, and that's my problem with Monty, the little doctrine dude, you know what I mean? Like, god damn, every day? Go, I wish one, and I blame some of you bitches too. Some of y'all need to get this pussy up. If you would just be a blessing in the community by giving up that beautiful melanated pussy, we wouldn't have as many lames as we have, you know what I mean, on this motherfucking YouTube. We got a lot of these lame ass niggas on here because of y'all. Y'all being stingy with the pussy. And all these pussy ass niggas is jumping on YouTube and they gotta every day talk about a man every day. I wish y'all would give these niggas some slow baptism head and everything would just be cool, man, but
that's right for free, roll back on the coupon. That's what I'm saying.
Come out, do something. God, yeah. All right, bro, let's go. I don't know.
Welcome to your favorite black male show, the Brother Pill Podcast. I am just one of your two hosts on season 3. We getting our shit together. Don't worry about nothing. And of course, I was late. Overslept. You know what I mean? I've been having issues. A white man been holding my sleep back. But good to see you brothers in here, man. Tonight. I think it's around, I don't know if you're in LER time zone, it's almost 9 o'clock. If you are in the East Coast, it's almost 10 o'clock. And if you're in California, it's like damn near 8:30 in the morning because you niggas is way behind. Anyways, I am one half of the dynamic duo on season 3 of the Brother Pill Podcast. You can check me out on my main channel, O'Shea Dude Jackson. I'll leave my link in the description. And my man LER Movement, he is also one half of the Titans. And we were going to do one of his topics tonight, but he wanted to really shake shit up and piss some niggas off. And tonight we're going to be talking about will Kamala Harris, presidential candidate Kamala Harris, get the black man's vote out and let him introduce himself. Thank you, brother LER, for being patient with me. The white man was holding my battery back. And good to see you, brother. What do you have on this topic today, brother?
Man, let's just get straight to it. Do you think so? I don't think so. But people think so. So let's just start swimming. Well, I mean, why don't you think so? Too much hypocrisy.
Hypocrisy? What do you mean when you say that?
I mean, if she was a black man in that position, would the community vote for him?
No. You want to set it off already?
No. Even as a prosecutor, that's a problem. But here's the thing. To a degree, she did some trailblazing things as a prosecutor. But then when she became DA, it felt like she turned her back and she flip-flopped. So how people gonna look at her like, oh, you know what? You just act like you down to get in the position. Once you get in the position, you ain't really down.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was a dude, if it was a black man, would that work? No. You know, and let's just be honest about this. It puts the woman in the pickle too.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, can't be talking about all this interracial dating and swirling, and you know what you can't support black men who do this, that, and the third, and now you voting for president for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that part of it probably puts everybody in a position because it's like, how you going? Wait, let me get this right. Who you going home to? But you got my best interest at heart. Not to mention, wasn't her parents civil rights attorneys?
Yeah, something like that.
She went to HBCU?
Coward.
And she was a prosecutor.
Mm-hmm.
Now she stopped at one dude. There was one brother that probably should have got the death penalty that she fought for. They killed the cop. And it was the white dude who she fought to keep him in jail even though he was innocent. So in a twisted way, people brothers be like, kind of down, but then think about it. Colin Kaepernick vilified, right? Like he's kind of vilified to a degree for calling out police misconduct in San Francisco. Didn't she run when they were going to, like, won't you fight for this? Didn't she Usain Bolt out of that situation?
Mm-hmm.
So who like vote for what again?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have another Essence of Ebony article about who we should vote for as black men. This is gonna get interesting. Go ahead, set it off.
I mean, you make all the points that I was going to make. We in the show goddamn right now, so she pretty much stole all my talking points. No, I'm just saying, but yeah, man, that's that brilliant mind of yours, brother. But I just want to say, to the black men out there, and typically, I call in and I talk shit to brothers all the time, but I want to say that I'm very proud of African American men for now being a threat on the voting block. I'm going to say it again. I'm very proud of African American men for being a threat on the voting block. And now the Democrats and now even Republicans, they can have 95% of the black female vote, which back in the day, that would pretty much, black men were pretty much voting in the same way as the black women were voting. But because of all of the things that's been happening on a macro scale, you have the Me Too movement, you have, this Gillette commercial situation. And then you have somebody like Donald Trump, who a lot of black men may not personally like, but he's the kind of man that guys can appreciate because he comes off as like being real genuine and he doesn't really give a fuck, and a lot of brothers would kind of wish they were kind of like that. Right now, what we are seeing, even before this announcement, black men are supporting Trump in the numbers of like 18 to 20%, something like that. Those numbers, if black men continue at this rate, even if it's 25%, it almost assures that the Democratic Party will never get another president in the history of the United States. It's almost certain. Okay, if black men, so what I'm saying is, you had that before Kamala Harris. Shout out to Dinah Samir. The Democratic Party tried to sabotage Bernie Sanders for Hillary Clinton. Bad move, right? The Democratic Party are a fucking complete political strategic idiots. All right. Now let me just say this. Now also the Republicans are complete idiots too when it comes to the black vote. I mean, because they just are, but they're a little bit more positioned than this situation. You put up Kamala Harris, all right? Somebody who, number one, is not really black. That's the first problem that I have. And so now black men are starting to understand their political power. They're starting to understand that they have a little bit more autonomy, that they can kind of be devoid of black community issues now which they couldn't before, and they kind of have a voice. So black men are looking at, like you said, some of the hypocrisy. You put up this person, and what black men are thinking when they go to the voting block is, if we had a black male president that was married to a white man, would black women vote for us? That's how black men think. I think they look at it right there. And the answer is absolutely no. That's the answer. You also put up a woman who went to Howard University. And for a lot of brothers who are on the voting block that have went to college or a black college or even a business, they understand that Howard University has what? Brothers. Right? I mean, if you want to get a black man out there, Howard University has some of the most articulate, and I went to Howard, smartest black men, not even only from America, talk about some of the best black minds on planet Earth. You have brothers from Africa, brothers from everywhere. You mean to tell me that Kamala Harris can't get a black man? Her sister got a black man. And not only does she gotta get married, she waits until she's like almost 50 and gets married to a white man who has white kids. That's another problem. Okay? Another problem is that being a prosecutor is bad, but being a liberal is worse. Okay? San Francisco, we already know, is one of the most liberal. I'm not going to talk about some of the sexuality issues that a lot of black men are not really feeling. Coming out, a lot of this is kind of being pushed on brothers. You have a whole lot of situations where black men really can't talk about, some of the sexuality challenges that are being pushed on masculinity right now. A lot of brothers are seeing a lot of this stuff cave down on them in society. And a lot of brothers are getting together to take one last, another stance. And that stance is, we are tired of the feminist bullshit. We're tired of certain sexual agendas on us, okay? We want to be respected as an independent voting bloc group. And how dare you put a person in our face who is married to a white man. At the same time, you're going to get over here and talk about Tyrese has a mulatto girlfriend. You're going to sit here and talk about Michael B. Jordan. You're going to sit here and you're going to antagonize us if we date out of the goddamn race or we date a light skin. How dare you do that to us? I know I'm getting long-winded. I'm preaching Calypso Oregon. This is what black men are going to be thinking. How dare you expect us to be? And then one Negro had the nerve to say, oh, black men are going to be the reason why she loses. And you're goddamn right. You are right. You are goddamn right. Because she is a reason that she's losing. And if Candace Owens were to get up there and expect a black vote, she's going to get her ass, she's going to lose fucking too. How dare you expect black men to vote for a woman with all of these goddamn holes in her goddamn flaws, and you put her up there and you expect brothers to go up there and cast a vote for her when that lady is against black men. She was against black men because she wouldn't fucking marry one. She's against black men because all the agendas that she's pushing is against black men. Certain sexuality agendas is against black men. All type of other shit is against black men. And she works for the same system that puts black men in situations where they gotta even meet her ass. I don't even give a fuck if she helps you to brother off on murder. She's working for the same goddamn people that create those systems. And there's no worse crooks in America than a goddamn Democrat. And black men know that black men are tired of the fucking Democrats. And goddamn it, and that's the goddamn reason why she or no other motherfucker who you put up there and you expect a black vote, what the fuck you're gonna do is you're gonna make sure that Trump wins this shit with a fucking, no, there's no contest. Are the Democrats working for goddamn Donald Trump? Because if he beat Hillary Clinton with half a goddamn budget and with no political experience, he can shut the whole government down until 2020 and beat Kamala Harris. She doesn't have a fucking chance. And it just goes to show you how fucking desperate these goddamn people are to put somebody there. And that's the one reason why that lady, Stacey Abrams, was trying to get all these goddamn foreigners an asylum. Because they need voters. The Democratic Party are some of the most stupidest motherfuckers on planet Earth. They are stupid. They are dumb. They don't understand what the black community vote is really looking for. You had the black community vote for 50 years and you fucking tricked it off. You basically did, what's the nigga that played for the goddamn Celtics? What was his name?
KG?
No, the nigga that made all the money and tricked it off. Antoine Walker.
Antoine Walker.
The Democrats are Antoine Walker. They tricked off the fucking black vote. And I mean, whoever is running the Democratic Party, you are some of the most dumbest political strategic motherfuckers on planet Earth. And you're just fucking stupid. And now that black men, a group who they have never thought would come up and do any goddamn thing, they always thought that brothers were going to keep on being underneath black women's breasts. That's what they thought. Now black men are waking up. And that 20% voting block for Trump, when they put Kamala Harris up there, watch it go to 35. Because black men want to see, I have to say this, there's a good portion of black men, I'm not going to say they hate black women, but they really want to see a lot of sisters in the community go out there and get it for themselves out their health. They want to see it. Oh, you want to be independent? A lot of brothers are really appreciating this this little welfare thing. And I know that a lot of black women are not on welfare, but they like these cuts. You know, there are a lot of brothers that like this shit. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Backing up just a little bit. She went to Howard. You went to Howard and became a prosecutor in California. Now, if you see that many productive black men, and you went to college with them, and you turn around and say, I'm going to lock people up for a living. And who is the easiest group to lock up in America that you don't need no evidence for?
Black men.
So you see all these productive guys And you know what my career's gonna be? I'm gonna be locking niggas up. That's how guys are looking at it. Like, how can I wait, what? See, it'd have been different if she went to Columbia, Harvard, you know, some Brown, Yale, you know, Ohio State or some shit. Okay, fine. But you went to Howard and immediately became a prosecutor? And you was a civil rights, your family was civil rights? So it's like, wait a minute. Something's wrong with that. When you, because she can't be out there throwing cases. I'm sure she probably had a conviction rate over 90. Because you got to get a name for yourself by convicting people. You know, you're not going to be a known prosecutor who only wins 50% of your cases. That's not going to happen.
So I didn't think about that. So she got a good conviction rate. You goddamn right.
So you're looking at it like what? You fighting for guys to in a progressive way, but you the one locking their ass up. And the question is, are you gonna lock up? Do you lock up other groups in the same manner? Because like people say, you know, who you going home to? See, you don't have anybody that reminds you of your own kids. So who you really leaning on? Really? You know? And that becomes a problem. Now speaking about the voting part, here's the problem with that. With the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, for that was one thing. People been saying for years, if blacks decide to play both parties against each other like everybody else, it'll shake things up, right? So which group is doing that now? See, because the men are like, look, I'm staying home, I'm voting Republican, I'm not doing nothing.
Right.
Because remember, I didn't count, remember? It wasn't my vote that got anything done, right? You people aren't catering to my needs and my wants. Matter of fact, when we ask for something, that's the issue. You know, same thing, and I hate to flip it, same thing as Brexit. Are black men gonna get anything out of Brexit?
I'm sorry, man. They picked the wrong people for Brexit. I'm sorry. I know Anthony Brown loves to disagree, but I'm going to say this. You cannot put a black person who is a swirler, okay, who likes white people or white men. I'm not saying like people, and shout out to Tatum and all those guys, but like 70% of those dudes that at that conference are either married to a white person or black people are not going to listen to them. They're just not. It's it. Black folks take them as a fucking joke. Oh shit! Oh, I'm reading the shots, brother. You guys just don't know the different way. Got them in the morning, but they're just not. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Keep on. That's the thing. I mean, people thought we were stupid this whole time. Seriously? Like y'all don't realize these guys been watching y'all for years?
Right.
Seriously? And see, and this is not a diss. It's not no hate. What a lot of the brothers are doing right now, even politically, all that stuff everybody was talking, all that shit y'all was talking, we making y'all stand on it. You know, how petty all y'all wanted to be behind closed doors, we put it publicly. Let's be petty. All that shame and shit ain't gonna work. Why? Because y'all talk this up.
Right.
Now the question is, can you win? And here's the kicker. Feminism, right?
Right.
You think white women want to see a black woman president with a white husband?
Oh, so you took my that? You took my shit.
I'm sorry. Go
ahead. Keep.
I mean, let's see where the sisterhood goes. You know, like if Hillary would have had a black man, y'all would have voted, right? But y'all think Kamala got a white dude, they gonna vote for her? That's what you think? That's what you think? Leave the men out of it. That's what you think? It's gonna be a united front with the women? That's what you think? And I'm talking about Democrats, liberals, conservatives, far left, far right. No. Ain't finna happen.
Now, let me say this. Not only are white women, and white women, by the way, see, people don't understand groups that are sensitive to certain situations. Okay? Donald Trump could not have won without what votes? All right? He didn't get the black vote. He still won. Why? Black people either stayed home or a lot of them secretly voted for Trump. More stayed at home than the last election. The second thing is white women. After that grab by the pussy comment, if I'm not mistaken, I think like support for Trump actually for females went slightly up.
Right. See, people keep saying it was 50%. Remember when he initially got elected, they said 60% of white women voted for him. Then they kept going to 58, 55, 53. 50. No. Call it what it was.
Right.
Call it what it was that night. So it's gonna get interesting.
And also, we got to look at another part of the voting bloc that is particularly mad at a lot of women in general, and that is your conservative-based white male. Let's think about this. The conservative white right, and I think you guys, I'm going to read those super chats. Thank you, brother Antoine and Bias Hacker, always holding your brothers down, man. Officer Rob Marshall. Look at the men's rights groups, and shout out to people like Paul Elam, Roosh V, the Return of Kings. I gotta say, if it were not for them, this sector of the manosphere for black men, we wouldn't have had a pretty much of a guide how to go about it. I know I wouldn't. When I was studying how to create this certain sector of YouTube or the blog and all this stuff, I wouldn't know. So shout out to 21 Convention, all those people. But those guys have come under attack tremendously, and they've been considered what is known as hate groups. You know, your MGTOW people, and MGTOW, I think they had a really bad strategy because the strategy of MGTOW was to try to do things without being politically active and just going your own way. Well, then they went their own way right into a classification of hate speech. Okay. Now what men's groups are understanding is, okay, we need to be more politically active. And there are a lot of guys out there who feel that the treatment is unfair to men. So not only are white women not willing to see a black woman with a white man, white men are not willing to see a black female president. Because you got to understand, whether Kamala Harris wants to admit it or not, because she wants to identify as being black, I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't even care. A lot of people in general who are non-black have a pejorative attitudes towards black people in general, but a more pejorative attitude of black women in particular. See, what I'm talking about is when you have a bad experience at a customer service situation, or you see some black woman fighting on World Star Hip Hop or something like that. For a white person, I mean, I think Barack Obama was a little bit different, and I'm gonna tell you why Barack Obama was a little bit different. Number one, he was with a black person, and for whatever reason, black men, if they're articulate, they seem to get a little bit more of an advantage from other races than black women in certain terms. Like, I think people can differentiate. Like, black men are a little bit different, even though they sort of they're nigga. They may not classify them as such. Black women tend to get all grouped into one box, whether they are that way or not. And what white men are going to think about is a black woman as a president. And some people are going to say, what happened when we had Barack Obama as a president? There are a lot of white people out there who are pissed off that they voted for Barack Obama and they gave us that chance to let him down. Which is exactly why a lot of white folks who voted for Barack Obama voted for who?
Donald Trump.
Voted for Donald Trump. So now you have the white people who said, okay, I gave a nigga a chance already and I was severely let down. Now you're asking me to vote for and then also understand under the Barack Obama, racial tensions were at its worst. What happened? The Mike Brown situation happened. You know,
You had all kind of riots. You had all kind of, so the race tensions between whites and blacks got worse with Barack Obama. I would argue that with Donald Trump, they have not nearly been as bad. You might have some shit talking here and there, but racial tensions underneath Donald Trump's presidency has not been as bad at all. So what you're going to see is the white male voter is looking at, okay, Barack Obama fucked it up for niggas, right? Then you have this situation where, black women tend to have a pejorative attitude. And number three, women leading anything right now under the attack of men, and you have a lot of those guys on the conservative right. If they wouldn't let Hillary Clinton become president, she has absolutely no chance. She just doesn't. And I would say that the gender differences between men and women in America, now while the racial tensions have gotten less, the gender differences between men and women overall have gotten much worse. And so now the guys who were really voting for Donald Trump in 2016 and 2020, you look at the fact that, okay, put a liberal woman who's from San Francisco, that area, put her in president, man, that means chaos for men. We cannot let, and I will say one thing about white guys. Oh, I wish black men were more like this. White guys were willing to go out the extra mile to make sure Hillary Clinton didn't become president. They got their asses out there and they made sure. Where brothers were kind of nonchalant and didn't care, white men would die before they Hillary become president of this goddamn country. And I hope that you brothers have the same goddamn respect. Because a white man, they got together and they said, no, we're not letting her win. We're going to put Trump in office to the best of our ability. And they did it. And they made their wives get out there and do it. Hey, goddamn it, you voting for Trump too. Go ahead.
Is Hillary still running in 2020?
I don't think so. But I don't know. She has a better chance than the other lady though.
No. Here's a crazy thing about it. If I'm not mistaken, Kamala Harris voted against Prop 8, like the same-sex marriage thing in California, if I'm not mistaken. So, and I remember when that happened, I think that was at 8 or 48 when Barack Obama was the president in office. Remember, he was like, it's you niggas' fault. You niggas fucked it up. So, I'm guessing, that's the same exact one.
Uses for advanced
Off
lung
the
cancer
top of my
and any
head, I
other
feel like
renal
the same
therapy.
exact one. So, if that's the case, she's not going to get the gay vote. And she was in San Francisco. So I'm pretty sure that word's going to spread pretty fast. Now, pretty much all the demographics that President Obama had, she's ticked off. Now, how you going to win like that? I don't know. Because if she voted against Prop 8, that's one. The brothers, she was a prosecutor. That's two. She's gonna get the swirlers. The swirlers gonna get it. They want to see like a reverse scandal thing. But white men, I doubt it. White women, I doubt it. Now, on top of that, here's the other question. The dude that she fought for to not get the death penalty was black. He killed a Hispanic cop. Do she get the Hispanic vote that's still allowed to vote? I doubt it. So, in making your point as far as, stereotypes, sisters have a work, like they get mad at white women saying, she's going to lose it and press the button because she's on her cycle or whatever. You don't really want to even think about the rhetoric they say about a black woman being in that position.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, and the worst part about it is, in my opinion, I was asking about the Hillary thing for this reason. Because if Hillary was supposed to run too, or might go back and run again, she's going to expect the black girl to bow down. And what if Kamala decides, no, I'm not going to bow down? So now you got a fractured hood of the sisterhood, right?
Well, they'll do the same thing that Herbert did to Bernie Sanders with the sabotage the whole goddamn party again. But I don't think that. I think that to be fair, I don't think that Hillary's running again. In fact, Kamala Harris has gotten some people from Hillary's campaign staff, so I don't think she's going to run.
Hope not. But this does also open one other door.
What's
If
that?
if she's is the beginning of 2019, they just filling her out. They just threw her name out there. You know what I'm saying? She put herself out there, but let's see how this one works. It's going to be other people. And for her to be the first one, and you get into Dikembe Mutombo, no. They go, maybe not. Because ultimately, you're trying to win, right? And to be perfectly honest, I don't think both sides of political parties, their strategists know how to fucking win, because America's got so social justice warrior-esque and snowflake-esque that everybody's group has a silent majority. Nobody's saying what they really think and what they really gonna do. So you can't really gauge, you know, who's actually gonna win anything.
Right.
Because people and especially the men got tired of like, okay, I'm not saying nothing no more. If I say hello, I'm evil. If I say I'm not talking, I'm evil. If I say this is my opinion, I'm evil. If I say, you know, I like chicken nuggets, you know, I'm a chicken rapist. so you're not getting, you know, you can't get information no more. The polls don't work.
Right.
But even when the polls don't work, cats like, not vote for her. Not vote for her. And people think, oh, well, is it just because, and some of the ladies might say, she's a black woman, is that the reason? No, the reason is her past is completely hypocritical. Like the thing about Barack Obama, he has some hypocriticalness in his past. She trumps that. See, he was a community organizer. She was a prosecutor. That trumps that. He went to all white school. She went to all black school.
Yes.
That trumps that. You get what I'm saying? Like, he was in Chicago, and he took over a spot from Bobby Rush, if I am mistaken, who was a Black Panther. She was in San Francisco. And I don't mean to be cold when I say this. Ain't San Francisco right next to Oakland?
Yes, it is.
So she left an all-black school, became a prosecutor in San Francisco with all the black folks in Oakland. She really didn't want to fuck with no black folks. Except for when she was sending them to jail in court. And, you know, unfortunately, people don't be like, she gonna kowtow. You know how she gonna kowtow? Because what else can she do? I mean, even if you bring gender into it, if she was to win, the country's in debt. Guess who gets blamed for it?
Her.
Can she handle that pressure?
Absolutely not. You know, I mean, I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? But they're gonna find some way to put that back on black men. It's like President Kamala Harris, but you know what, you brothers. You know, I want to say this real quick. And then Dr. Ann I'm gonna read the super chat. I thank you guys for all the support that we're getting on super chats on the show. I'm gonna read that, especially our brother Black Heights, and we'll be on a little bit earlier today, my time. I want to say this. And Anthony Brown Logan made a really good video on the same situation. You know, her mother's Indian and her father is Jamaican. Again, this is kind of somewhat similar to the same playbook that that Democrats have put on African American communities, even with Barack Obama. Barack Obama is what? White. Right. And let me talk to Claude Anderson. Because as black people, as African Americans, anybody of black descent can claim
Black American.
African American,
Community.
right?
Yeah.
So they can present anybody, oh, this person is a part of your community. I went to, like I said, and it's not a shot at anybody, but Jamaicans clearly will tell you, when you're Jamaican, what do they tell you? I'm not no African American, I'm Jamaican. You have some Indians who are darker than us. I mean, I've seen videos, man, where they have videos, man, that you're trying to prove to people that they're from Africa. I am not from Africa. I am an Indian. You understand? Meanwhile, when it is convenient, Brother College Johnson said, come on, I did the Wakanda salute today. When it's convenient, they'll say, oh, here's one of your people, here's one of your leaders. The fact is this, I mean, some of our Caribbean brothers and sisters, man, have really been in the movement. You know, some people, some people are a fan of Marcus Garvey. I'm not so much of a big fan of Marcus Garvey, but the brother did some good things. There's some other brothers, Louis Farrakhan, he was a Caribbean lineage, stuff like that. We know that there's some Caribbean brothers and sisters down with the struggle. But also what African Americans are, I mean, thus, whose parents were sharecroppers from the South, like my parents are, and your parents, or grandparents were, we know that when we look at Kamala Harris, we know that she's not one of us. We know that. Just like a Jamaican would know, we're not one of them. It'd almost be just like taking me to Nigeria or to Uganda and presenting me as one of them. And in fact, I'm gonna tell you this the other day. I had to fire somebody, right? There was a video called I did it. You guys, some of you guys may have watched it on this channel. It was the Kinganda series, and it was what do Ugandan women think about African American men? Mm-hmm. And both of the young ladies that were presenting were discussing ideas about it. They were open to marrying, out of their culture. I mean, because, there's a lot of different tribes in Africa and Uganda, so they were open to doing that. They were very open to dating even an African American man, and they were even open to dating a white person. It didn't matter to them. And Africans typically have that attitude towards, dating. They're pretty good. Dating is liberal, and just like Black Americans, dating is somewhat liberal, but not as liberal. And then we were in the WhatsApp group, and one of the ladies said, well, we're getting a little bit of harsh comments from some of the Black American commenters, and I was trying to explain, like, okay, well, because Black Americans kind of very look down on interracial marriages, especially with white people. And so one of the people said, well, we the real Africans don't dislike white people. I said, who's the fake Africans? African Americans are the fake Africans. So that right there let me know that a lot of people don't want to be associated with the African American moniker or logo, if it is, until it's beneficial. And Kamala Harris is somebody, like Anthony Barlogo pointed out, she's not African American. She's not in our culture. Okay, she might have went to Howard University, but that doesn't mean that she's a part of the culture. You know what I mean? And so this is the thing. So but at the same time, when it's convenient for somebody, they can kick that African American part, and then the Democrats or whoever the Republicans say, "Oh, this is one of your people." And a lot of Black people, we know that's like, hey man, she's not really from a part of us. Like Michelle Obama, I'm gonna tell you exactly why Obama won. Number one, Obama won because Black people supported it. That's a small part. Black women would never get behind a Kenyan and white person unless what?
Got co-signed.
By who?
A Black person.
Exactly. See, a lot of people don't understand that. If Barack Obama was married to another Kenyan, if Barack Obama was married to a white person, Obama doesn't make it out of the fucking primaries. Obama doesn't even make it to the Senate in Chicago. He doesn't even become a state senator in Chicago. But Obama becomes a fucking rich lawyer, and to this day, he's never in anything political. Okay? That's the facts. He's never Illinois state senator, and he's damn sure never a presidential candidate, and he never gets to speak at the goddamn Democratic National Convention, and he never becomes president. That's the goddamn truth. America is not ready for interracial relationship